Good morning. Good morning. This is Site Plan Review Committee meeting for September 24, 2019. Committee members present today are Ben DeCristoforo, the building inspector, myself, Frank Stringy, city planner, Paul Argenzio, DPW superintendent, and Joe Maglione, assistant director of water and sewer division. The first site plan is for 32 Liberty Ave.
Good morning. Sorry I keep coming back to you guys, but this is similar. We hit a lot of hard rock up there, and we're just changing the plans of the house.
Oh, yeah.
And also we want to move away from one of the neighbors, an elderly couple, and we're trying to stay away from them, keep the noise down. So basically we made the house smaller by the footprint smaller by 196 square feet, and we shifted the house over this way to stay away from the neighbors over here, so they don't have to handle right near their house.
Okay.
There's also a big tree here that we like to save.
All right. So you uploaded these revised plans to the e-permitting?
Correct.
Yeah.
To the site plan. We already had a site review letter for these.
Yeah, I mean, that site plan review letter was still standing, you know, this will just show as a revision to your uploading. There's really nothing here that impacts the original site plan review letter. It's all the same.
So the only thing that changed was the for the location?
In the actual house, we made it smaller. The footprint of the house.
Right, but elevation stayed the same and...
Elevation changes a little bit.
Yeah.
I have the elevation here, that you can have a copy of.
You guys want to?
Similar.
Yep.
The last one had the
Garage.
there wasn't a garage on it. We're going to the garage on it. Right. Just to make it so we don't have to. Otherwise, I've got to excavate that whole solid and you know how that.
Is this slab on grade or is there a basement?
Slab on grade. Well, there's a slab on grade, but it's you drive into on the slab. So there is a semi-basement lift of the house a little bit.
Yeah. Just note everything on your as-built foundation plan and then your final as-built.
And it's the same. 46 was the same one here as well.
He's doing the same thing. You're reducing the footprint also.
Reducing it, right. Did the same thing on 56, which I came for.
So 46, 56, and 32, reducing the footprint.
Correct.
Okay. But the driveway layout and everything stays the same.
Actually, the driveway works a little better. It's not as steep because we're going under. By going into a side road, we're moving away from. There's an elderly couple here. I think Mr. DeCristoforo is familiar with them.
Yeah.
And we're trying to move away from there so we don't have to hammer all the way over here.
Yeah.
Hammer the rock.
Okay.
We hit some of that white rock that was really hard as a rock.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Most of
right.
that purple stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll just upload those changes and
Thank you very much.
like I said, the original site plan review letter will be kept as standing and you can go file for plan review now that you have made those changes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Site plan for 275 Oakwood.
Come on, guys, the seat doesn't matter. Take the middle. This is Kevin Hoyle, 275 Oakwood. So this is the last lot on Oakwood Ave. Planning on doing. You wrote this.
Yeah.
And,
You could upload the drawings itself, you could just upload.
they're all uploaded. I just bring them in case you wanted to see that the front elevation and any changes. Then Alex is talking about paving here.
Great.
End of October, was it? Or was he
The
first?
finish.
Yeah.
Great.
Finish coat. Then we're gonna get up to Sergeant Street. End of November, take that building down and start there.
Great.
Right, because I know you want to get that
Yeah, you
done.
talked to me about that relative to baiting just make sure we bait that.
Yeah, we already have traps on the
Oh,
outside,
you do, good. So
but they're not inside, but we would always slide a couple in.
Yeah, so maybe you might want to start the baiting program from the inside.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, like, yeah, 'cause they
Well-
want like a month in advance?
Well, it's
Yeah.
within 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna wait till next year, but we might as well get it going.
So,
Maybe get a couple
Yeah.
foundations in
Yeah.
before Christmas.
Sure.
Something to do over the winter.
I don't know, where's your lot line on this, though? Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Right here's the lot.
right there,
Okay.
that's square.
So that's part of that
Yeah, so we're just
That's a
gonna,
driveway.
cul-de-sac. Just make sure that you have 40% of this front yard here.
yeah, you were saying that when you were out there.
Yeah.
To me.
It looks like it.
The last,
Does look
the
like
last houses were going a little wider on a couple of those driveways
Yeah.
I showed you.
I know.
We're gonna go
That's why
20
I
instead
bring
of
it up.
9, so they're not tandem anymore.
Okay.
We put those little curbs in for you, those little,
Butts.
what do they call, straight curbs is the name for them. That's what they call them.
This doesn't show water and sewer.
I think he's uploaded the one that does.
Okay.
So this isn't the new one, because Nick asked for that when we did it.
Let's take a look at your elevation.
Because it was just, it was gonna be, these are 2 families now, so you have to have water sewer on both sides
Yeah.
instead of just the one. So that's a little bit of a, now what do you want to see, the front elevation?
Yeah.
And these are slab on grade. So no basement,
yeah.
no basements.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna deal with the, it's almost easier.
Yeah.
You got steeper attics with storage,
Yeah.
you don't have to deal with the bulkheads, water coming in and all
Yeah.
that. Those calls on a Saturday night, you know, we got water coming in the basement.
Sounds good.
You're doing the same thing with these, having like a bonus room?
Similar, yeah. Not sure up top yet.
Yeah.
We just got one frame, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
They're all
Good
set.
enough? All right, good, cool.
I need a copy of this for my file. Do you have
Take it.
enough?
But that might not be the current one, but you can, you know, with it.
But the location's there, right? Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. You're here for what address?
Oh, Pearl, okay.
Pearl? What's the address?
Pearl.
10 Pearl? Okay, just kind of explain what you were proposing to do.
Ms. Troll, we need things. Steve and his, Chimbelli's gonna hopefully build this property for us, but I guess I have to put together this application.
Well, first of all, let's review the plan. This is existing two-family.
Correct.
All right, this is a total reconstruct, tear down, and
Yep.
new construction. Okay. Want to make sure you're in zoning compliance with everything. All right. So, this is in the 100-year floodplain, but it's already an existing two-family. And that's, last time they met with us, we told them that they would, grandfather it for the two-family, and they can reconstruct.
For occupancy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The two-family. So, do you have elevation plans of the building, the proposed?
I don't know, what is that?
The height, plans with the height.
Yeah, picture of the building, and basically what you're
Plans.
constructing.
The,
Plans.
Architectural plans?
Architectural,
Oh. Okay, that's this. Hold on a second. That's... This. It's this.
Yep.
Let's take a look
Floor.
at
First floor.
yeah. All right, so this is going to be elevated. Actually, what's your height going to be, 36?
I think we're applying for 37 because we have to start 5 feet off the ground, so. And there's no basement. It's going to be a slab, and then this is 5 feet where we start.
So you got an extended foundation wall here
Right.
with openings in it for
Yeah.
flow-through
Yeah,
construction.
exactly.
All right. So,
Had you already gone to conservation already?
No,
Okay.
no, they're coming before us, because their height of their structure, they'll need
Yep.
ZBA relief.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to try to get a
Yep.
couple extra feet.
So one other thing, Frank, just this, do they exceed the number of stories, we're allowed 3 stories, right, in the floodplain?
Yeah, it's
Where there's a
2.5.
garage under.
It's 2.5.
Is it-
There's a garage under.
Is there a garage under?
No.
No, I'm
garage.
concerned about that.
No garage.
So they might as well go for, this is the attic space. I don't know where the dormer, where the dormer is. See this dormer? I don't know where it is. I mean, what about,
So-
number of stories too? Might be just better off doing.
So what he's alluding to is this third floor, 50% of the volume, this can't exceed 50% of the volume of the floor below it,
Right.
or else it becomes a story, a full story. So
So this
we
is the
gotta,
whole thing.
Right.
And this is the area.
So I don't know, I
So
mean, it
that's
looks
the
like it's
area.
kicked in. It could be, but are you ever gonna think about maybe moving it out? It looks like it's less than 50%.
Right, 'cause
Okay.
it's sloped too.
Yeah, right, but this is, what I'm concerned about is where this wall is, okay? I have no idea where this wall is off of this edge. If you're right to this, I'm assuming this is, it's there. Okay, so it's kicked in 6 feet? Okay, so you're fine.
Yeah.
As long as it's kicked in
As long
6
as
feet,
it's-
yeah.
yeah.
this is kicked in
Told the
6 feet on both
architect.
sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep,
You get the
yep.
wall.
So it's only like a 3/4 dormer on one side, a dormer on the
Correct.
other side.
If you do have to pull it out, that will pose an issue
Right.
Yeah.
for a number of
Has to be
stories.
50% or less.
Correct.
I mean, if you think you're gonna
Right, you may,
blow it out, we
you may
may,
want to put that into your variance, so it gives you the option of ever,
Wanting to,
correct. I mean, I don't know if you're going to encounter any problems framing wise,
right.
but you may want to talk about number of stories as well.
Right.
I'll include it in there, or deny
Just in
based on
case,
height
yeah.
and number of stories. This
Yeah.
way they have the ability to
Yeah.
do that.
Increase it.
Yeah,
If you need to.
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah.
That's good to know.
All right, so has this all been uploaded to e-permitting?
No,
Well, you have to do that or else I can't get a,
For site plan review.
okay. So I created an account, so I'm gonna go in there and just attach all these PDFs.
yeah. Once I see it, I can then issue a denial letter based on the height.
So should I do all this online?
No, no. First, first you need the letter from us denying it. Once you get that, then you bring it to the city clerk, and the city clerk would give you an application. You already got the application from the city
Okay,
clerk.
so I'm gonna go on to the site plan,
Site plan review,
yeah?
what's it, citizen?
Yeah, citizen serve.
Citizens,
Yeah.
correct.
And upload these to my account?
Yeah, you're going to have to click on the
Or the plot plan?
site plan review
Yeah.
section of it.
Okay,
If you have any issues, you can go over to the building department, there's someone over there that can help you navigate
Yeah.
through it.
okay, so you want a PDF for this and this, both of them?
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Now, whose ever email it goes in under, that's the person I'm going to email
Yeah.
the letter to.
You'll be
Once you
email-
receive that,
email.
you're free to file for your variance. Because they'll ask a copy of it, a copy of that.
so once I upload everything, then I'm gonna apply for the variance as well online?
You have to check with the city clerk, that's a whole different,
That's a whole nother thing. That's another step.
they have their own
So many
procedures down there. Yeah, I know.
We'll get through
I
them.
think we're not in a hurry. It's gonna take like 10 years.
Not go on the water and sewer, you're gonna have to rely on the soil.
What's that?
Can't rely on the soil, see the condition of the soil.
Well, you want to know something? We're probably going to be putting a whole new system because
Yeah.
we're moving the.
Yeah, it's
property,
moving over.
Building over, so it's
And it's-
going to be all new water
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's probably all corroded from all the flooding. It's all crap there. It's really bad.
So it'll be a new system going in there.
Yeah.
So you're 10.
Oh, yeah.
How many houses up are you from Winthrop Ave,
Winter Bath,
where the seawall is? Two.
Two,
Okay.
third house. Yeah. There's that big, beautiful house, the first one.
Yeah.
Then there's one, and then there's us.
Okay, yeah.
And the house now is on top of the house next to it. And there's
Yeah.
a house right here. There's like a small walkway you get in between the houses.
But you
They're
must
so
have got hit
close
hard
together.
the year before last,
Yeah.
too. with the water.
Yeah,
So this
yeah, a
is,
lot of
this
flooding.
is the best thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Lot of
Floodproof
flooding.
everything, and you
Lot
have
of
a brand new house.
Lost the whole furnace, lost everything. Lost everything.
Design,
Yeah,
take away, isolate that water to keep it from freezing.
isolate the,
Wall line, freezing. coming up.
Do that.
You know what I mean? You're gonna come up with, you know, you have flow foundation.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have a heated
Try
front
to come up with some redesign.
To isolate the lines so they don't freeze, right?
How come they don't freeze now?
Well, because we got a basement
Coming
and
from the
it's heat.
basement.
Yeah, it's in a heated area, yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to the builder about that.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people don't consider, sure.
You've been doing that for.
You don't need any of this. You want
No, I
PDF.
just have the plot plan, that's good enough for me for now. When you get,
Yeah, yeah.
now, once you, if you're successful with getting your variance,
Remember
you
that.
come back here,
Okay, to another.
and you have to upload everything again with the variance, and then we can start the whole review process.
Okay.
Plan review for you to get your building permit, okay?
Okay, Steven's been helping us, so he'll.
Yeah,
be helping.
he'll know, you gotta come back after the
Yeah, yeah, okay.
variance.
Thank you for your help.
All right, great, thank you.
Bye.
Okay. What address are you here for? Come on, have a seat. What's the address again?
109 Stevens.
Stevens, 109 Stevens?
That's what we put on the site, and then we got an email saying that to come here today, just because we wanted to do
Two-family house.
two-family house parking
Park space.
on this side. We also have parking here with the garage, but we wanted to make them independent, so they don't have to, call between the houses to move the cars.
Okay, so, all right, I get you. So you just want to put a driveway on this side?
Pretty much.
That's all it is for a driveway curb cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, then you gotta see
Make it a
that,
two-family front yard, fill it in.
Yeah.
oh, you're converting it to two, okay. All right, I got you. So you see this gentleman to my right here for a curb cut permit,
File
DPW.
that online.
Okay, cool.
So you're adding 2 spots, 9 by 18?
Yes.
And on the other side of the house, how wide is that driveway?
It's we didn't make that wider, but
I think
it should it's 13.6. But there's part of the property that's on the other side that we're gonna bring up the wall because it's actually our property, so we're gonna talk to the neighbors.
It's a leaning wall.
Yeah.
So aside from the driveway curb cut permit, whatever work you're doing inside interior-wise, you have to apply for permits,
Okay.
plumbing, electrical, and get a regular general contract for a
Okay.
building permit.
Sounds
To make sure that, is it an existing apartment or are you adding a unit?
We're adding a unit
Okay. Where, in the basement level?
on the top level.
Top level, okay. All right, so you have to upload those new floor plans,
Okay.
showing existing floor plans and then proposed floor plans for that.
Okay, sounds good.
You're not physically going up.
No.
No, you just add, you have an attic area or a third.
Yeah, so it's like the second floor, so it's like basement, first floor, second floor. We're pretty much making the second floor its own unit. We were looking at like what my room kind of looks like, and it looks like it was a kitchen before because the wall plugs are like high, like kitchens are. So like maybe there was a kitchen already here, but that's what we're planning to do.
All right. We'll get those plans uploaded and you'll go through the building department for a building permit for that.
Okay,
You know,
cool.
like I
And we
said.
just put them on the site and then get a permit for plumbing.
On the same Citizens website, apply for a curb cut permit.
Cool curb cut.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much.
So there won't be any site plan review letter required for this. It'll be just everything.
Just a curb.
Cool. Just a curb cut.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And building permit.
Hi. Do you want to come up?
No, I,
Hi. What address is this?
Liberty Avenue, between the two lots for Mr. Russell.
Oh, yeah.
So, in considering the proposal to sell, which we don't have an agreement yet, I submitted a request to the lender, and they said that they would in fact consider the possibility of releasing the mortgage. And I don't really think that they should have an issue, because when I did the purchase, honestly, they didn't even know that lot was included. I mean, it was mortgaged simply because they do the full description, but the property is 41 Liberty Avenue, and the value on the house and mortgage was all 41 Liberty Avenue. So the lot simply came along with the purchase. So I'm looking for two things. One, according to the lender, they're requesting that I get verification from the city that you guys do not oppose the mortgage being released, because in their eyes, we're subdividing or dividing the lot, but that's not true. It's always been a separate lot.
You know, it's not a contiguous lot, I don't know how they can.
Yeah, they don't know that, because they don't even know that this is part of this.
Right.
They think it is, but it's not. So, I mean, I haven't even raised it to them. So that's the first question. Do you guys have any opposition for me requesting from the lender, simply saying we do not dispute or we do not oppose the mortgage being released? Okay?
Okay.
That's basically what I'm asking for. Now, since I'm already here, you guys proposed it, not because I actually want to do it, but I am thinking about it. The idea is that if the mortgage is released, I can in fact negotiate with Mr. Russell a possible purchase of that lot. Now, officially on the books, it's an undevelopable lot. But that's not necessarily true, because he's developing the rest of the property. Now, I'm not saying anything will be developed, and that's not the issue. The issue is that this lot was conveyed by the city to Mr. Kirkless, who purchased the property back in '72. So, my deed says nothing about that sale that occurred. It simply happened and the buyer got it. That's how he acquired it. Basically, the history is as follows. Back in '32, owner defaults, the city takes it for a tax taking, they foreclose, they own it from like 30s to like the 70s. 1972, they sold it to Mr. Kirkless, $150. I mean, I think the city just wanted some money. I don't really see any other reason for it. So, but here's the problem. Not problem, but again, you guys have to tell me of whether this is an issue. Back when the sale occurred, it specifically states that per the city, it has to be considered part of the owner's property. So that's what I need to know. Do you guys have any opposition to that occurring? Because you propose it, but then at the same time, you guys have to agree to it. And that's if I sold, not necessarily if I release the mortgage. That's a separate thing. But that would be the question.
This was a condition of the sale, so I don't know if it's going to require some
Yeah,
counsel
I agree.
to release
I mean,
that.
it doesn't say that.
I think this is a question that you're gonna have to pose to our city solicitor.
But I mean, that's one of the
If
issues.
there's a deed restriction on there, I don't know how to lift that deed restriction.
I mean, I can give you a letter indicating that obviously it doesn't,
It's not a contiguous lot.
contiguous
so-
lot, it doesn't affect,
Yeah,
we can
and it
release
just says
it.
that it shall be presently
dispute it.
owned. It doesn't say continuously owned, so I assume the restriction would
Yeah.
only apply to the purchaser.
Yeah.
To me, purchaser is that person at that time. If it said heirs and everything else, then it would have been a restriction. I see it as I'm free to do whatever I want. Nobody ever gonna notice that.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I give you a letter indicating that, present that to the bank and see if that's
Yeah, for the mortgage
substantial enough
release.
for them for the mortgage release. Okay.
Because I'm doing that independently.
Yeah.
You know, I figured a step at a time. I can get that. That gives me the option of considering it, yes or no. Because I was just talking to him, I just met him here the first time, we've only talked over the phone. He said he would still be interested. I said, well, I'm gonna figure out if I can get it in place, because to me, it makes sense that if I was gonna make a deal, I can make it an actual deal that can happen. Because if the lender doesn't approve, if you guys don't approve, what's the point of talking if I can't get it done?
Yeah.
And then in the end, this is the last question I have, and I mentioned it last time. This is what the property looks like right now. Okay? I mean, you can't even tell where the line is, but it's right here. And I have a second photo. So you can barely tell, but there's a red thing right there, so it's continuous to the back. And then there's a line right here that's cut that's continuous to the back. They're about to put the foundation right here, and it's only going to be about 15 feet from the lot. And I know that's what you guys are talking about. So, this is a completely different question. Let's assume, regardless of whether I get the mortgage release or not, because that's an independent issue, let's assume I do not sell. Now, Mr. Russell just told me, because this is what I've been trying to figure out, Mr. Russell, what are you going to do with my lot if we don't reach an agreement? And I mean, he's trying to tell me something, but, and all I said to him when we finished the conversation, which I haven't spoken to him since I was here, I simply said, worst case scenario, at a minimum, leave me the lot level so it just goes with the property layout. And then he said I could throw grass on it and leave it grass for you. I asked him whether he was gonna put a fence or not. I mean, he can't put it on mine, but he can put it on end. He said he didn't know because those were landscaping at the very end. So I'm trying to figure out, right, what do I do with this? What do I do with this if the house is built? So I mentioned to you guys before, you know, whether I would have a right to build a garage. Now, I'm not proposing that right now. That's an option that I have in the future. I have right in front, I have one lot. I actually have a second car parked on a small edge that has gravel. I mean, it's technically part of the fence. It would be useful for me. I mean, only me and my wife live there. I have kids. We don't expect to go anywhere. So my thing is this. Proposal number one, if I were to keep it, is would it be possible in the future to put a two-car garage right on the edge, not at the back, because it doesn't really make sense. I just talked to him. He said he might do a retaining wall. I mean, again, we haven't spoke, we haven't worked it out. But because he's leveling it out and it's going to leave a height, he says that he's considering putting a reinforceable retaining wall at the rear because it's got to go. I mean, if you look at the photographs, I mean, this is a pretty high altitude. I don't really think you can make it out, but it's pretty dangerous right there. Luckily, nobody goes by there and it's under construction. So, you know, obviously we don't
This is
go.
the edge of the road right here, right?
Yes, that's correct. I zoomed out.
Yeah, there we go.
So just to answer, I mean, you're asking these questions that are kind of difficult to
I know.
ask. So I can tell you, what we would have to do is see what you're proposing. If you're proposing an accessory structure on a vacant lot, that's going to require some relief. Because accessory structures are not allowed on a single standalone lot. Unless it's in the rear of the structure and attached to another one.
And then as
So
a-
you're going to have to give
Yeah.
us what you want, and then we can
And
answer those questions after.
as an alternative, I was thinking, well, why don't we keep it simple? Would it be allowable that I could simply reserve myself 2 spots for parking
Yes.
right on the edge?
I think we already answered that
And
question. last
Mr.
time.
Russell even said that if I proposed that, he would ensure that the sidewalk, when it's built, would have a cutoff that the cars
Yeah,
can go up so
driveway
that it's
opening.
built right from the very beginning, knowing that that would be a
I think
plan.
we already said that we would allow
Yeah.
that in the last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that you said you wouldn't allow the lot to be paved, but you would allow
correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
potentially
Yep.
2. I see it just simply in
Yep.
and out,
Yep.
across. I'm right here. I mean, it's odd, but then again, I'm just simply trying to get a benefit out of
Yeah.
what I have, because otherwise, in the past, we always thought what's going to happen, but now we know exactly what's going to happen,
Yep.
and there's really, other than what I can make of it, there's really no utility or no value to anybody else of that lot. Like, I basically can't even get rid of it if
Correct.
it wasn't a deal with them. And
Correct.
his idea is that if he
Correct.
acquired it, he simply would divide it up into whether it's one or the other,
Yep.
is simply to give him a little extra space.
That's something you
And
can
my,
negotiate.
and my wife said it would be unfair that the people would take advantage of the space anyway when it's yours. Like, you simply can't allow it because then we have a tax bill and responsibility of a lot that we have no benefit over.
Yep.
I mean, I never expected to be my friend with that situation, but
Yeah.
here we are,
Okay.
unusual.
Yeah.
All right.
So if I can get a letter that just says you have no opposition to me releasing the mortgage,
Well-
we can do that for now, and,
Give me your information, your address, and everything. I don't know if you have
Yeah,
a
I
card
mean-
or anything.
I don't think you're gonna see this list.
well, we're not doing a sale. This is just simply to release the mortgage. So, I mean, you can take that name and address right there. I mean, you can take it if you want. It's,
Okay, let me take this.
you know, the grantee address is my name and
Yeah.
my wife's and
Yeah,
the property address.
okay. All right. Is this identified as what, parcel 1?
No,
Is it identified in the deed as?
Yeah.
Where?
the third lot right here.
Oh, parcel 3. Okay,
Yeah, right
it's
here.
parcel 3. All right, good. All right. I can give you that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean,
Start
I
off
have it,
with.
I have the,
And then you
I
can
have the
decide.
information to send out to the lender. I just hadn't set something up, and I figured I would send a complete request so they could thoroughly review rather than him coming back to me and saying it's incomplete. I mean, they're asking for other things, but from the city, this is all I need.
Well, that's certainly a reasonable use for you to have yourself 2 extra parking spaces
Yeah.
there as a driveway opening. Have him do that for you, or maintain a curb cut there for
Yeah.
use in the future. Okay?
So I figured if
Okay.
nothing else works, at least I get
Yeah,
the
at least you
benefit of
get
that, and,
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
okay?
all right.
Thank you.
I'll, you have a phone number I can reach you, or
Yeah.
send
617.
this letter? Okay, hang on.
I submitted something yesterday online, so it is there, but 617, there's just no number because the lot doesn't have one. 617-818-0549.
0549.
49.
All right, and you're Francisco?
Yep,
Okay. Good luck.
Okay,
All
thanks,
right.
good luck.
thank you.
In touch. Okay, that concludes the site plan review committee meeting for September 24th, 2019.